Hi everyone, welcome to Summertime News. This episode of Summertime News, we're gonna talk about a lot of different things. But first of all, my name is Tania and I'm here with Matt and Iwa. And I think maybe we have to put a trigger warning in the beginning. First topic would be the digital firm, the need for them to register with the Indonesian government, which Iwa will be presenting it to us.
All right, so I'll be discussing on what it is and when do these digital firms register to the government and why they must register to the government. So first of all, what it is. So local and foreign digital service must register with the government as mandated by a recent regulation, and which stated that digital companies must deposit and provide personal data to the government. There is over 1,000 PSEs, which is the private electronic system, which have already registered, and around 1,700 are local. And of these 1,000 PSEs, if I'm not mistaken, Netflix, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Clubhouse, they haven't registered yet until today. So PSCs who do not register will be terminated or blocked in the industry. And the last day for them to register is the 24th of May 21, which is
3 days ago.
3 days ago. But if you guys have watched this, that will be a week ago. So the recent update, the government has given the PSE who has not registered a 6-month extension, which is until the 2nd December of 2021. So when these PSEs register, the government will have access to personal data such as biometric data, genetic data, personal finance.
Biometric.
Will have access to specific personal data such as health information, biometric, genetic, and personal financial data.
Wait, do we give out biometric? Is it just like Face ID or like
I think Face ID,
Fingerprint?
fingerprints, yeah, and also genetic data.
genetic? Like blood type?
Face, I don't know, like genetic. But yeah, why must these PSCs register? So Samuel Abrijani, the Ministry of Communication and Information, wants to have an equal industry so that the local registries or the local PSCs have a digital presence in the market. So providing access to electronic systems for the purpose of supervision and enforcement of criminal law, and also electronic data to the ministries or institutions.
What do you call it? NFTs? What is it?
NFTs.
Yeah,
So most of the
non-fungible token.
So the companies that are not registered yet are American companies, is it?
Yeah, Netflix, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Clubhouse.
I mean, it goes back to like do you know about the iOS 14 debacle? With the new update for iPhone, the iOS 14, we can like control the privacy settings. So like we can like ask apps not to track.
Yeah.
And it is quite I guess not drama, it's quite news in the US because the US government wanted to tap into like the data, right?
Okay.
So like how it relates to Indonesia is, will they actually like register, because they're not even trying to register in the US. Like the
Right.
one with Apple and stuff. I don't know whether or not, because maybe Apple is another party.
Right.
This is another government. It's their laws. It's not supposed to be affecting them, right?
Yeah.
So like, what were you gonna say? Was there any continuation?
So the lastly is the critics, of course. There were a lot of critics regarding this regulation. Some experts mentioned that the potential of this regulation will violate privacy rights, of course, principles of human rights, and the freedom of expression of the Indonesian people. And one of the experts mentioned that Indonesia will be a repressive country if this will happen.
Yeah, I mean, in the journalism index, we're like 130th rank for like freedom of journalism.
Right.
So like the amount of privacy that the government has on us and the amount of freedom that we're given, especially with the added regulation, it's like very, no freedom of speech then.
Yeah, no freedom of speech, no freedom of expression. Keep in mind, also, I saw in the news, Indonesia is the 4th highest number of Facebook users in the world, with 130 million accounts, so equal to 6% of the total global users. So imagine,
That's like half of our population already.
Yeah.
6% of the global users. So yeah, imagine these regulation will be applied or imposed. I don't know what Indonesia is going to do. I think why they have extended is because if I'm not wrong, because of the investment. for investors. So I think they want to keep them, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like what I said, like they already like do not want to like. The problem with the iOS 14 one was Facebook and Apple, because Facebook has a lot of privacy, not leaks, but like privacy problems, and then like with the added Apple, I guess like. So Facebook hasn't registered that, is it?
No. Netflix, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Clubhouse.
I mean, those are under the same kind of like umbrella, isn't it? Like Facebook and WhatsApp is under the same company.
Yeah.
Shocked that Instagram is not mentioned in the news. This one.
I think last time they were, like before this last update, they haven't registered, but I guess maybe now they've already registered. But I mean, it's just crazy how if the government does have access to all the data within Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, that's crazy.
Yeah, in Indonesia, almost everybody uses.
So the reason why they want to do that, they want to regulate. What did you say? To regulate.
So one of the reasons why the Ministry of Communication and Information wants to have an equal industry, so that local registries or the local PSEs have a digital presence in the market.
Oh, they always say that, right? They're always like they're always trying to give, I don't know, I feel like I get it to a certain degree because a lot of, no, like, I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with it, but I'm saying that I understand where they're coming from, because I feel like with a lot of things in Indonesia, it's like they're trying to ensure that the local stuff gets boosted up. The thing is like,
Yeah, somewhat I agree, somewhat.
yeah, there's a reason why a lot of I mean, okay, I'm pretty sure people who were a lot of the power. I mean, if you're talking about regulations like this, it's got to be powerful backing, right? A lot of like powerful people behind it. I'm pretty sure they also have a lot of their hands in investments for local businesses or startups or something like that, which they're trying to get a market share. But it's hard to compete when your quality isn't as good as global stuff, right?
Alright, today's segment, it is called Guess the Price. It's where Matthew and Tania will have to guess the price that I've chosen, the chosen product. So for you guys, let's start off with a technology. Galaxy S21 5G.
How many?
Oh,
is it the
256 gigabytes.
My God.
I think I'm just gonna put 20 million.
Galaxy
S21 5G, yeah, 5G.
S21 is like the latest one.
Yeah.
256 gigabyte.
18 million.
I
No. Wait, 16 million.
You? How much?
I put 20.
20? Matthew!
Yes!
How much is it?
14.
Hiya.
14.
Oh my god, I'm not good at it.
14 million. Okay. Next one. Nespresso.
Okay.
It sends a mini coffee machine.
Oh, mini coffee machine.
Yeah. Mini coffee
Nespresso. Nespresso.
Yeah, Nespresso. It sends a mini coffee machine.
I don't
white
know, I'm
color.
gonna put 2 million.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable. Nespresso. Espresso.
The small,
2
with
million?
with the
The pods?
Yeah, pods.
Wait, this is the pods or the machine?
Oh, the machine. Not the one we're saying. I'm saying like it's with the pods.
Isn't all the Nescafes?
I'll go, you
Nespressos-
said 2 million?
Yeah.
I'll go 1.5.
Ooh, sadly Tania has one.
Yeah, what is it?
2.2.
Oh, that's so close.
Yeah, difference
Finally.
200,000. Last round, tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
Logitech blue backlit mechanical gaming keyboard wired.
Oh my gosh.
Since they were talking about in the off camera, they were talking about
Keyboards.
mechanical keyboard. Tania wants to get mechanical keyboard.
Eh.
Logitech. Logitech can be Logitech.
Matthew was thinking of buying it. I just put it in my trolley. Different thing.
Logitech is like, it can be expensive, it can also
Yeah.
have a cheap one, so I don't even
I'm
know.
gonna put 500. That's like a nice middle.
I'm gonna go with 1 million.
Final answer?
Yeah.
500, 1 mil.
Yeah.
Matthew,
What?
you won.
Yeah!
1.1.
Oh my god! On to the second topic. So this is the one that I guess we should say to have some sort of trigger warning, because it's quite a sensitive topic, quite a heavy topic that needs to be discussed. So, the son of a regional representative has been found have been a minor and am planning to marry the victim to not be prosecuted.
Yeah, for the at least for the prosecution to be lighter, right?
Yeah. So yeah, the gist is that 21-year-old with the initials AT has been found to have assaulted and exploited a minor with the initials of PU, which she is 15 years old, in Bekasi. So that's like the gist of the news. The chronology of like how it happened is that they have been, quote, seeing each other, and I don't want to say sexually active, but they have had sex because they lived in the same
Dormitory?
in the same dormitory, and because of some instances in where like the victim didn't want to do certain things or didn't want to obey AT, slapped here and there, exploited her, put force on her, to the point that the actual parents had to, I guess, put out a kind of like tell the police about it, because I think it's been quite severe, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean you're 15, like you wouldn't know any better. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
you're so young, and there's someone who's way older than you doing these things.
Yeah, and in the news, it turns out that AT, which is the perpetrator, has been selling PU online for other men to have their way with her by paying AT around 400,000 per person, which is around
$30.
$30 or so each customer a day. So it's around 4 to 5 men a day to do that.
He's a pimp.
He's also a pimp.
So yeah, no, he's also a pimp who's doing it to minors, and he's 21. So this isn't a minor anymore. He's an adult.
He's an adult,
So he should be tried as an
legally
adult.
an adult. And the reason why that his lawyers and his family wanted to go forward with a wedding or trying to appeal to the victim's family of a marriage is that so AT has a lower sentence or even no sentence at all because they're getting married. So it's quite a, quote, consent from the girl or something like that.
So see, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, if you get married, how does that the girl is consenting? Because initially the report, like the case is that she didn't consent to it. So how does that marriage change that when the marriage is after, not before the action? That's what I don't understand.
Great question that we don't know the answer of because it's Indonesian politics. Yeah, so a lot of people are speaking up that regardless on whether or not they are marrying, because that's like, okay, that's their choice of that, still needs to be prosecuted because he is doing it to a minor. And a minor to the point that the legal age to marry was 16 but now 19. But even if the marriage boundary is 16, she is still a minor in that category because she's 15 at the time.
Right.
Yeah, he's also selling her. So I don't.
Yeah, he is selling.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just speechless because that's like, what? That's so absurd.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell like all of us are quite. I mean, for me, even me telling you this story, I hesitate a bit because it's for me, it's a quite disgusting topic. On Twitter, the political party that the father of the perpetrator, because the perpetrator is a son of a regional representative, and that regional representative is represented by a political party. So the political party that is representing the dad of the perpetrator acknowledges that this happens, but also kind of like shames people, kind of.
Shames people?
I don't know whether or not they are shaming, but they are kind of.
What did he say?
Okay, not shaming, but they're kind of like questioning like what are they supposed to do. So it's not shaming people because of the problem. It's like they're saying like what are they as a political party do with this information to sanction him, to what. So the admin on Twitter said that, which usually in this kind of situations, regardless on whether or not how close you are to the problems, usually you just put out a diplomatic response, just one tweet or like a one post thing, and then try to quiet down so that you wouldn't be, I guess, exposed more or to be more, I guess, intermixed with the narrative. But now it's within the narrative because the political party keeps on saying that you've seen our response, blah 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 blah. So it is a sensitive topic here in Indonesia in terms of like how, I guess, women's rights, children's rights, and all of that. It's quite a sensitive topic that a lot of people that are not educated enough to fight for it. And yeah, usually it's, yeah, most of them are uneducated about it.
All right, for the second segment, content will be of groceries products, and Matthew and Tania has to guess the price.
Okay.
For this one, let's go for kombucha. Saruga Black Lemonade Kombucha.
Oh, I saw that one. 45.
What?
45,000.
So,
38,000.
30,000.
No way. It's too big of a discount.
he's right. He's
What
correct.
is it?
36.
Okay.
The next product, Thin Crispy Brownies Nut Cracker. It's thin crispy brownies.
10 thin.
60 grams.
60 grams. That's so small. Thin, crispy brownies.
Nutcracker.
20,000.
40,000. Yeah, that's a lot, huh?
40. Final answer.
Okay, I'll
How
be.
much?
20.
Tania.
How much is it? I was like, brownies gotta be expensive.
It was from 32.
Oh.
Okay, so for this last topic, I guess we're gonna lighten up a bit because it was quite, but this one is quite sad too because they're planning to close all Giant stores by the end of July. And Giant is a supermarket, the main company, Hero Supermarket. They are planning to shut down all of Giant stores in Indonesia. I think there's around like 70 stores planning to close it down, but they want to use these spaces to build more IKEA stores or to build more Guardian stores or Hero supermarkets. So they're just trying to expand the IKEA, Guardian, and Hero brands. Because the reason why this happened is because they saw a drop in revenue by 34% in 2020 because the different situations that we're in. First off is the need to maintain social distance and the particular occupancy per building. Also the rise online purchasing for like necessities like grocery shopping. It can be done online by the different apps available. And yeah, so with these 70 something stores, they're trying to convert 5 Giant stores into IKEAs and several others to Hero supermarkets and Guardian pharmacies because they saw that the consumer behavior have moved on from hypermarkets. So like, do you know what the difference between hypermarkets and supermarkets? Because I feel like it's quite the same, but maybe they have like more, I guess I could say like, they have like different offerings, I guess, because sometimes I see like car tires, bicycles, and something like that, right?
I think like hypermarket is much more bigger than supermarket because it shows like supermarket has like a warm kind of vibe, like a housey, warm vibes, but hypermarket is like the warehouse vibe, so that's why it's like much bigger and has more, as you say, more offers or more products than normal supermarket.
Have you been to a Giant store?
Yeah, but you know what's funny is Iwa has a funny story about a Giant store.
Okay, what is the funny story, Iwa?
So it's not a funny story. It's just so the last time I went to Giants was buying bumbu or seasoning before I leave to Cologne. Before I left to Cologne for my student exchange program. And funny thing is it's not sad, but this was the last time I saw me and my parents went out together before they go back to Kuwait and I go to Cologne for my exchange program. So like that's the last time we met together when we went out. And then yeah, we bought bumbu seasoning like rendang, I'm goreng, I'm opor, and sayur. Because my friends who already in Cologne for their exchange program, they said it's very expensive to eat outside, around 15 to 20 euros. That is 300,000 or
So expensive.
300 400,000
Yeah.
for like a meal. Like for example, like spaghetti aglio olio, for example, that's 400,000 with the tax. So once I said that to my mom, then she said, okay, kita beli bumbu-bumbu or we buy seasoning to Giants because Giants has a lot of offers or a lot of promos. So I guess that was the last time I went to Giants. It was like 3 years ago, 2019. Yeah, last time I saw my parents as well. Like we went together outside. I mean, out together. So yeah, I guess I don't know.
Aww.
Been 3 years didn't see my parents. Now COVID happened, so more time. I mean, I don't see any time soon they will come to Indonesia. But, but yeah, that was the last time I went to Giants. How about you?
I don't even, I've been to Giant, but I don't even remember the last time I went to Giant because yeah, like you don't like they, for some reason they're just not in convenient locations. Like I mean, if you there's a Giant, like what product do you look for that's specifically in Giant? Like I don't know, like you because okay, let's say around here, you know, there's Indomaret everywhere. I mean, that's a convenience store, not a hyper store either. But what am I looking for at hyper stores, especially these days with
Yeah.
which is like you know free delivery and then everything's available online and it's cheap.
Promo.
You get your promos, yeah. Like online e-commerce is so much easier. You do it at home, and also because of COVID, like you're just at home. And I think because COVID, you're also looking to go supermarkets, not necessarily hypermarkets. I feel like these days a lot of things are more specialized.
Yeah.
You want to buy juice, you go to a specific place. Groceries, a supermarket. So hypermarkets, like I don't know what else they have besides tire thing that you were saying. But like I would, if I'm thinking about tires, I don't technically go to a Giant
Yeah.
for tires. Go to a car shop.
Okay, if anyone doesn't know Giant, usually their compound, because it's very big, usually it's like 2 floors with a very large building size. That's why some of them may be converted to IKEA stores because it's quite big. I could say it's quite big, and I don't usually go there for like my grocery shopping because I go for Aeon and BSD because they have more offerings that my family enjoys rather than Giant. But we seldom do go to Giant because it's by Bintaro, and if we need something urgently, we can go to Giant because it's usually on the way to somewhere within Bintaro. And also, I don't go to Giant, but I say Giant a lot because that's like a marker place if you go to BSD. Because like,
Landmark.
a landmark. Because like, oh yeah, gue udah lewatin Giant BSD gitu. Because Giant is
It's big.
yeah, because it's very big and yeah, so it's very like
Right.
it's a vocal point of that intersection,
Right,
the
right.
intersection of Aeon. So if you go to Aeon, it's go to the left, and
there's
Giant
big
is
Giant sign.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the Giant brand in my head is just a landmark in BSD.
Right,
In
right.
BSD, yeah. This is the end of our episode for today. Hopefully, you don't take any of our words wrongly, and we apologize if we said something that may be not to your liking. Because I know there's a lot of opinion based in this episode, especially the first 2 topics. So we apologize in advance if some of them may be wrong. And yeah, stay healthy, stay
Beautiful.
safe, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye-bye. See you in the
Bye.
next episode.